even though I thought there's no way they really have any other ideas. I was dead wrong. So a few years ago, Russian Doll came out, and it was originally presented by Netflix as a limited series, but the show got a lot of hype, and eventually they announced season 2, despite the fact that usually limited series don't get second seasons. I really enjoyed the first season of Russian Doll. I like weird stuff. I sort of like timeline, like weird time travel, back and forth, multiverse. I like that kind of stuff. I do think it's interesting. I think it's been done a lot. Season 1 of Russian Doll, almost said Groundhog Day. Season 1 of Russian Doll was really good. Natasha Lyonne was really good. The guy that played Aaron, the one who looked like Derek Jeter, also really good. And the story overall, I thought, had a lot of great moments, and it felt like really impactful at the time. When they announced season 2, I was sort of not sure how I felt about it. Initially, when it was revealed that this show was getting a second season, I was mostly confused because, to me, after the ending of season 1, or part 1, I guess, I'm not really sure where they're going with it. I'll be honest, it seemed like the story was over. Like, open and shut. They did their 8 episodes, 10 episodes, whatever it was. And then, like, it was over. Like, it had a conclusion. And that was it. And so to announce a season 2, I think the first thing I felt was like, do we actually need a second season of this show? Like, some shows, limited series is fine. Like, not everything needs to be milked for like 5, 6 seasons, where eventually it's clear that like the people involved don't have any more ideas. I think that's what's interesting about season 2 of Russian Doll, because even though I thought there's no way they really have any other ideas, I was dead wrong. This show has gotten even more insane. And like season 1 or part 1, oh my God, I don't know what to say. But part 1 of this show was kind of like loopy. It was kind of out there, but it wasn't anything we hadn't really seen before. Like, we've seen Groundhog Day type stuff done before. Season 2 of the show, not only do they have more ideas that I didn't think they had, but now they got me thinking like, can we get like 3, 4 seasons out of Russian Doll? Like, maybe I was wrong. Not everything needs to be milked for like 5, 6 seasons. Maybe this show actually does lend itself really well to more than 1 season. Not everything needs to be milked. I'll be honest, I'm a little biased with a show like Russian Doll because they film it in New York City. Luke Cage and Russian Doll actually film at the same bar in both shows, which is kind of loopy. Now, I don't want to give away too much season 2 of Russian Doll because there's a lot happening in this second season. I love how off the walls they are going with this second season. And not only that, but they are being incredibly creative about how they integrate the loopy multiverse theme of the show in this second season in a way that I didn't think of, but when you see how they're doing it, it's like, that's so smart. Thinking about it from a creative standpoint, it is a direction that I didn't think of that actually makes so much sense. Also, Natasha Lyonne is the only person who could make this story work, because it's also an examination of how someone who has her character traits reacts in a situation like this. Like, they're expanding a lot and just going deeper into her character's history. It is fascinating when you see someone who typically does not want to have to confront things that have happened in their past. Maybe they've worked really hard to get past those things, but they're not really as far past them as maybe they thought. I'm not gonna lie. When season 2 started, I was a little confused about where this was going and whether or not it was gonna make any sense at all. And it's definitely requiring you to pay a little more attention than maybe you needed to pay in the first season. But I also like that because it seems to me like all the little details, all the little seeds that they're planting early on in this season are going to come back. You're going to be glad that you paid attention early on. It always feels good to know that, like, hey, I caught that little thing they mentioned, and there you go, they're bringing it back. Can you get more than 2 seasons out of a show that previously was only supposed to be 1 season? I think so. I think if they want to keep going in sort of this time jump version of the show where one event happens for a full season and then there's a time jump of like a couple years and then something else happens and then time jump, something else happens, I think it can work. Also because Natasha Lyonne super committed to however bonkers this story is going to get. And I'll be honest, I think there's probably enough just within like the overall insanity of New York City to get maybe 2 more seasons out of it if they want to. But I'll be honest, look, a show like this, which was great after season 1 and is great after season 2, if they want to get out on a high note and dip out after 2 seasons, I would not blame them. All that being said, I sincerely hope you've checked out season 1 of Russian Doll, and you'd better strap in because season 2 is absolutely wild.